This is a model of adding integers using what I'm going to call positive and negative tiles. But in class we really just have these little red and yellow foamy things that I don't know what to call them. And the red side is positive, which is why they have a plus sign. And the yellow side is going to be the negative side. Each one is going to represent 1. The key to this problem is understanding that we have something called a zero pair. So if I start on a number line at 0 and I move forward 1 in the positive direction, well, if I step backwards 1 in that negative direction, then where am I back again? I'm back right here at 0. So if I have a red coin, which we're going to use to represent positive 1, and a yellow coin, which we're going to use to represent negative 1, the pair of them together is equal to one big ol' 0. Here's an example of the model in use. Here I have 36 positive red coins because the first number I started with is 36. Now I think to myself, am I adding or subtracting? And I'm adding. So I need to add 4 negative coins. So I'm going to add them right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can just find where my pairs, my positives and negatives, equal 0. And I'm just going to circle those. So now I've taken away the zeros, and all I'm left with is 32 positive red coins. The next example is -4 plus 7. I laid out my -4 right here with the yellow coins, and then I laid out 7 positives. Again, the task is to match up anything that equals 0. So this becomes 0, that's 0, that's 0, and that's 0. And I count up what I have left, 1, 2, and 3. And now my final answer for this problem is 3. In this next example, I'm going to start out with 3 negatives. So I would lay out my 3 negatives, 2, 3. And then I'm adding, so I'm going to add 4 more negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the final step here is to just count up what I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they're all negative. So my result is -7. If you don't have red and yellow foamy coins, you can always just use plus signs and negative signs. For a final example, let's say I have 7 and I'm adding -6. So I'm just going to start out with what I started with my first number, positive 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm just going to write plus signs. To represent -6, I'm going to write negative signs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm going to just, like all the other ones, match up any pair that equals to 0. So this one's a 0, this becomes 0, that's 0, this one matches up to be 0, that's a 0, and that's a 0, and all I'm left with is +1.